Good morning, friend. Before the noise of the day settles in, before the world begins to pull at your attention, let's pause for a moment and center our hearts on the one who is our ever-present help. Psalm 121 verses 1 to 2 says, I lift up my eyes to the hills. From where does my help come? My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. These words are more than poetry. They are a powerful reminder that when life feels overwhelming, when we feel stretched beyond our limits, we are not alone. There is divine help available. The psalmist doesn't just ask a question. He answers it with faith. His gaze turns upward, not inward, not toward his own strength, but to the strength of the one who made the heavens. Maybe you've woken up today with a heavy heart or anxious thoughts, feeling unprepared for the way of the day ahead. Maybe you've been trying to carry it all on your own, and you're simply tired. You're not weak for needing help. You're human. And God never asked you to do it alone. He invites you to lean on Him, to draw from His endless strength, to cry out in honesty, Lord, be my help. This cry isn't a sign of failure. It's an act of faith. The same God who shaped the mountains, who carved the oceans, who breathed stars into sky, is the one offering to walk with you, guide you, and strengthen you. His help doesn't always come in the form we expect. Sometimes it shows up as peace in the middle of panic, a quiet whisper of wisdom when we're overwhelmed, or the simple grace to keep going when we feel like quitting. Today, as you move into your responsibilities, know this. God is not only your source, but your sustainer. He sees the details of your day, the thoughts in your mind, the ache in your heart, and He cares deeply. So lift your eyes. Let go of trying to figure it all out on your own. Speak this prayer from your heart. Lord, I don't have the strength for this day, but You do. Be my help. Be my guide. Be my peace. I surrender my plans, my fears, my need control, and I receive Your grace. You are not forgotten, not forsaken, not fighting alone. The Lord, the maker of heaven and earth, is with you now. He will lead you through this day step by step. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to know who your helper is. And today, that helper is faithful, loving, powerful, and near. Go in His strength. You are held. You are helped. You are His. As a new day begins and the world stirs around us, there's a quiet but powerful need within every heart. The longing to be safe, to be guided, to be protected in all that lies ahead. Psalm 121 verses 7 to 8 speaks directly to this need. The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. The Lord will watch over your coming and going both now and forevermore. These are not just comforting words. They are promises from the heart of a faithful God who sees every moment, every step, every unseen danger and decision that lies ahead of us today. We wake up and prepare to leave the house, commuting to work, dropping off kids, meeting deadlines, making choices. And while much of it may seem routine, the truth is we walk into a world that is unpredictable and sometimes overwhelming. But the good news is we don't walk into it alone. There's a divine presence that goes before us, walks beside us, and watches behind us. The Lord is not only our help in moments of crisis. He is our keeper, our protector in every ordinary moment of our lives. He watches over our going out, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. As you step out today, you may face pressure, tough conversations, the weight of expectations, or simply the unknown, but every step is covered. God's protection isn't passive. It is active, intentional, and deeply personal. He guards us not only from visible threats, but from the spiritual forces we don't even recognize. He shields our peace, He protects our purpose, and He stands as a fortress around our faith. His keeping power means that nothing reaches us without passing through His hands. Even the hard things are allowed with a purpose and surrounded by His grace. That means you can face the day with confidence, not in yourself, but in the God who keeps you. You may have a big meeting, a difficult decision, or just a business of life to tackle. But before you step out that door, pause and acknowledge the one who watches over you. Invite His presence into your movements, your travel, your schedule, your interactions. Whisper the prayer. Lord, preserve my going out today. Go before me and prepare the way. Keep me safe from harm, from distraction, from fear. Be my shield and my strength. Even when we don't realize it, He is redirecting us from danger, delaying us for protection, opening doors we didn't even know to knock on. And this isn't just for today. Psalm 121 reminds us that his watchfulness is constant, both now and forevermore. God's care doesn't clock out. There is no moment too small, no hour too late, no place too far where his eyes aren't on us. So as you head into your day, whether you feel strong or weary, excited or anxious, know this: God is keeping you. Your path is not random. It is watched over by the Creator of heaven and earth. Lift your head. Walk in peace. You are not stepping into the unknown. You are stepping into a day already marked by God's protection. Let that truth shape your mindset, your words, and your expectations. When you feel rushed, remember you're still covered. When you feel vulnerable, remember he is your defense. When you feel unsure, remember he is already ahead of you. So walk boldly today. Not because everything is under control, but because the one who controls everything is watching over you. And in that truth, you can rest, you can trust, and you can move forward without fear. You are kept by God. As the sun begins to set and the pace of the day slows, our hearts often carry the weight of everything we faced. Conversations that linger in our minds, tasks unfinished, worries that followed us home, and moments that stole our peace. In these quiet hours, we find ourselves needing more than just rest for our bodies. We long for rest for our souls. Psalm 4 verse 8 offers us an invitation into divine peace. In peace I will lie down and sleep, for you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. This verse is not merely poetic. It is profoundly practical and soul-soothing. It reminds us that peace is not the absence of problems. It is the presence of God. As we come in from the world, we are invited to come into his presence, to lay down not just on our beds, but to lay down our burdens at his feet. The truth is, many people walk to their front doors physically present but emotionally exhausted. The world demands so much of us, and by the time we arrive home, we can feel drained, distracted, or discouraged. But the Lord, in his loving care, offers to cover our coming in just as he protects our going out. He meets us at the doorway of rest and says, "You don't have to carry that anymore." Whether you spent your day succeeding or struggling, laughing or crying, pushing forward or barely making it, God doesn't greet you with judgment but with gentleness. He wants to be the peace that settles your soul when everything around you feels uncertain. His peace is not a fragile feeling. It is a strong and steady gift that anchors us, especially when life feels overwhelming. And this peace is available tonight, no matter what your day looked like. You might be battling anxious thoughts, running through tomorrow's to-do list, or feeling the heaviness of loneliness, but you can still lie down in peace. Not because your situation is perfect, but because your God is faithful. As you wind down, take a moment to breathe and invite him into your space. Say, "Lord, I give you everything I picked up today. Every burden, every worry, every conversation that didn't go right, every fear that crept in, I lay it all down." In doing so, you make room for his peace to take its place. Peace is not something we force. It's something we receive. And it flows when we trust that the same God who is with us through the day will still be watching over us through the night. Even while we sleep, he does not. He is still working, still guarding, still holding us. That means we don't have to stay up worrying. We can actually rest, knowing that we're not in control, and that's okay because he is. The bedroom becomes a sanctuary. The pillow becomes an altar. The blanket becomes a covering, not just for the body, but for the spirit. God longs to meet us not just in churches or devotionals, but in the simplicity of our nighttime routines. He is in the stillness, in the quiet, in the deep breaths before sleep. And as we make space to be with him, to let him speak peace over us, we find ourselves exhaling the weight of the day and inhaling the hope of his presence. Some of us need to forgive ourselves before we sleep for what we didn't get done, for what we wish we had said or hadn't said, for how we feel like we fell short. But grace says, you're not defined by a single day. Grace says, you are covered. So let God's grace sing you to sleep tonight. Let his love wrap around your soul like a warm embrace. Let his word quiet your mind and renew your heart. You don't have to strive anymore. You don't have to fix everything before bed. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to be still. You are allowed to trust that tomorrow will have new mercy, new strength, and a fresh outpouring of His goodness. Tonight is not the end of your story. It's a pause that prepares you for what's next. And you can enter that pause in peace, not fear. As your head hits the pillow, let this be your declaration. Lord, thank you for this day, for walking with me through every high and low. I surrender all of it to you now. I trust you to keep watch while I sleep. I receive your peace. I receive your protection, and I rest in the safety of your love. May your home be filled with stillness. May your sleep be deep and undisturbed. May your heart be light, and may the last voice you hear tonight be the whisper of your Savior saying, I've got you. Rest, beloved. I'm not letting go.